Okay, item M3, members of council, once again, discussion on setting compensation for the city manager position. I thought it would be important that we get that out as a discussion item, and members of council felt the same, had some concerns. Let me go ahead and start with Councilman Perello.
On the city
Microphone.
The city clerk is handing you a copy of the presentation I have, and there's copies on the table for any of the other individuals in the public that want to see it. There's also copies of the city manager's invitation to bid for this project, which I believe will make some concerns addressed. I'd like to read my statement. The public process by which the Oxnard City Council established an affordable, fair, and reasonable salary for the position of the Oxnard City Council is critical to 1. Reestablishing the public trust in Oxnard City government. 2. Focusing senior executive accountability on superior organizational performance, business process efficiencies, and public service excellence. Number 3. And properly compensating persons chosen to fill the city manager's position. Typically, before a new city manager is selected, a clear and defined set of city manager position duties, performance metrics, and accountability standards should be set by the council in public session with input from the public, from the people who elected us to serve them, along with any city staff that chooses to contribute. In the absence of this happening, which it did not happen, tonight we are being asked to determine the dollar value of the city manager compensation package we believe is affordable, reasonable, and fair. I'd like to repeat that, affordable, reasonable, and fair. I take the responsibility very seriously, as I believe that I was elected by Oxnard's voters last June, in part because of my promise to be frugal and a responsible steward of scarce Oxnard taxpayer dollars. Therefore, in an effort to focus the council's decision tonight and to encourage open and robust public debate about the city manager's salary issue, I propose the following 3-step approach for council consideration and action. Number 1, set the new city manager's initial salary at no more than $200,000 per year, with no additional management perks. Additionally, in order to set a pension reform leadership example for the entire city organization, the city manager should be required to pick up 50% of the cost of annual actuarial contributions established by the city council for the city manager's retirement package. Number 2, establish an initial 45-day, Number 2, establish a 45-day initial evaluation period for the city manager's managerial accountability and organizational performance. At the end of that period, the city manager would be charged to deliver to the council and the public we are elected to serve any verifiable and complete organizational assessment report, which is expected to A, daylight the true state of the city's finances, including debt service deficiencies. B, highlight the major operational challenges and obstacles to effectively and efficiently deliver city services. 3, include recommended business strategies designed to reduce government waste and inefficiencies, streamline and modernize government business processes, improve municipal service delivery, and maximize taxpayers' investment in city assets. Number 3, after receiving the city manager's initial organizational assessment report, the council should conduct a public oversight discussion and evaluation of how well the new city manager has met the council's standard of managerial performance after his first 45 days. At that time, the council could consider the affordability, wisdom, and organizational impacts of granting appropriate adjustments to the city manager's initial salary based on organizational cost savings, service delivery improvements, and revenue enhancements that the city manager actually delivers to the city of Oxnard. Further, I would propose that any adjustment to the city manager's salary granted by the council at that time be capped at no more than 5% above the city manager's initial salary that the council decides to set tonight. Therefore, beginning no later than the end of calendar year 2014, the city council would review the city manager's managerial accountability, organizational performance results, and impacts on the city's bottom line, no less than annually. Repeat, no less than annually. And based on the results of such reviews, potentially determine appropriate adjustment to the city manager's salary at that time, at the council's sole discretion. The reason I put this together, Mayor, with the help of the people that have been helping me and got me into this position and support me and bring their issues to my attention, is that this process has been, in my opinion, flawed, as I mentioned in public comment before. And I'll use the item that we're talking about at this moment. The report that went out for this job, should be copies up there, states the compensation, the salary and benefit package of incoming city managers are open depending upon qualifications. We've been given 4 individuals to review. There was a choice of, we were given 4 individuals to review. We were requested to pick 2. When we picked the 2, there was a meeting and there was a vote. The vote was not reported out and there was action taken. Tonight we're deciding what to pay for a compensation for whoever gets this job. And I think the plainest English, the gentleman spoke about Mark Twain earlier. This got the horse way out of the barn after the cart has left. This is so cockeyed, it isn't funny. And I must say, as one personal council member, as one person speaking his opinion as a council member, I would never agree to this process again. And unfortunately, I think that the firm was allowed to steer a tremendous amount of this. As one former school board member came to us and told us, do not lose the reins of this process, we never had the reins of this process. So I add this and hope that there's some discussion about this, but we cannot do what we did with the past. The issue about the pension and 50% of the pension, I think we could start. We should at least do that for the city council. I don't see why the city council should benefit any better than the top individual that's leading the city. And pay, you're gonna vote, you're gonna decide, and I appreciate the opportunity to bring this to your attention. I hope you accept it and hear it was given.
Thank you very much. Mayor Pro Tem.